Hi folks, how you doing? This is Iqbal with NVIDIA Daily Analysis. In this video, we'll talk about NVIDIA's stock performance for last week and we'll try to make an assessment how NVIDIA can behave this week. We'll use latest data analysis, fundamentals, and technical charts for this assessment. Now, let's get started. Starting with the data analysis, you see that in the last week, Nvidia went up about 3.05%, you see, and that's not too much. And before the last week, Nvidia went up about 4.83%. So no big difference from 1 week prior versus last week. And you already know that we are in the second month after the previous earnings, and the second month, historically speaking, is a slow month for Nvidia. Let's take a look what happened in the last quarter. So in the last quarter, in the fifth week, Nvidia went up about 0.390%. So compared with the last quarter versus this quarter, you see that Nvidia did a better job in this quarter. And in the second month, after the earning the last quarter, Nvidia was down about 0.31%. And 1 quarter prior, let's take a look. The first week of the second month, that is the fifth week after the earnings, Nvidia went down about 0.83%. So you notice that in previous 2 quarters, the first week of the second month, Nvidia, instead of going up, it went down. So fifth week in this quarter, comparatively better. And also historically speaking, we should not expect too much upside in the second month in this quarter. Now let's take a look forward P for last week. So in the last week, Nvidia ended with 40.56 forward P. Compared with 1 week prior, it was 39.40. So not a major change from 1 week prior to the last week. And around 40 forward P, Nvidia is comparatively stable. So it takes much effort and momentum for Nvidia to go further higher than 40 forward PE. So that's why you notice that in last few weeks Nvidia is struggling to go further high from the 40 forward PE. Now let's take a look weekly candlestick chart for Nvidia. You see that candlestick chart for Nvidia for last 1 year, and you can notice that in last 2 weeks Nvidia ended positive, two green candlestick for Nvidia, and before that we had a red candlestick chart. And if you remember in my previous weekly analysis video, I made an assessment that the possibility is high that Nvidia should close positive this week. And that's what happened. And for next week, based on the candlestick chart, you see lots of ups and downs. So no clear direction since past 2-3 months, right? But looking at the momentum for last 2 weeks, I will vote for positive closing for Nvidia this week as well. And if you take a look Fibonacci levels, like I showed you on Friday, Nvidia is moving between a 125 and 115 level, and it tried to break 125 multiple times last week and before as well. So this week, Nvidia might try to break this 125 level again, or it might take a dip before it try to test 125 level again. So both possibilities exist, but in my opinion, this week Nvidia should be able to break 125 level. Then the next consolidation point could be 130, because we noticed few weeks ago that Nvidia was also struggling to cross 130 or to break 130. After that, the next level of resistance is 140, but I don't think Nvidia should be able to reach 140 this week. And the MACD chart, you see that the MACD is also supporting the positive upside for Nvidia. And also, MACD is telling the same story. You see that MACD line is above zero line, but it's almost flat. So there is a possibility that Nvidia might go down again in next few days, and then it will gain some momentum and try to go back to 125 level or break 125 level. Now let's take a look at what are the different events gonna happen this week for the overall market and Nvidia. Starting with the economic calendar. So in this week, you see that no big data due on Monday, nothing big on Tuesday, and Wednesday also no major data is coming. But on Thursday, we have core CPI and overall CPI data gonna be published. And Friday, we have the core PPI and the overall PPI data gonna be published. And those two data are important because that tells how the inflation is going month over month. So besides this economic calendar, one more event gonna happen this week, and that's NVIDIA AI Summit. Let's take a look. So based on NVIDIA calendar, you see that from October 7th through 9, we have NVIDIA AI Summit. And if you open it, and if you try to browse all sessions, so you'll see there are different sessions and presentation gonna happen in this event. And that should add some momentum to Nvidia stock because the speakers will be talking about different research in the area of AI and what's the progress. And we'll come to know that Nvidia will be taking the lead on those projects. And if you take a look the left side of your screen, you see what are the different topics they're gonna discuss. So conversational AI, generative AI, cybersecurity, data science, edge computing, robotics, simulation modeling, and so on, right? If you have some time this week, you can attend some session virtually, and that will give you some idea how things are going. Most importantly, in the area of generative AI, you can attend some session and also conversational AI. So that's all about my analysis and assessment for this week. If I summarize the overall discussion in this video, so looking at the technical chart and the historical data analysis and also the candlestick chart plus the events gonna happen this week, overall I think that there are chances that Nvidia should close positive in this week as well. I hope you liked the video. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you more in the next video. Take care.